Hello, this is Danielle from Learn Reiki Philadelphia. Welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm so glad you're here. If you are new here, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're watching this on the replay, please know that you will have just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. But if you would like to join me live, go ahead and check out that description and you can see all of the days and times that I'm here, same days and times every week. Right now is a Sunday at 8 p.m. East Coast US time, coming at you from Philadelphia. I've been teaching Reiki for about 13 years, and if you want to know more about my online Reiki classes, my social media, free community Discord, or my crystal shop, that's all in the description as well. So if you are new here and you are live, go ahead and check out that live chat button. Click on that and let me know how I can support your healing. For the first half an hour, I will go ahead and pick the healing crystals that will best support any requests. You can also request a stone specifically if you'd like. And we'll build a crystal grid together. One of the key tenets of community distance Reiki is that of communal qi, which we see from Chinese medicine. The concept that the more people come together with the same or similar intention, the greater the potential energy is magnified. And so just by being here, setting your own healing intention, in a sense, you are kind of helping heal the whole. So we will build this crystal grid together. We'll go ahead and take a look at it as I build it. This will be a physical manifestation of that communal qi. I'll briefly explain what Reiki is to those who are new to the concept, and then for the rest of our time together, I will go ahead and send you some distance healing by turning the music down, turning the music up, turning the lights down, and simply sending wherever you happen to be. So let's go ahead and take a peek in the chat here. Oh, hello everybody. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's see what we got. Oh, hello everyone. Jennifer Vatsa, we've got Cora Carr, Future Someone, Jenna Rose, Martha Camargo, Grace, Emily. Oh, it's good to see you all. Hello everyone. Yeah, it's been a weekend in Philadelphia for sure. Yeah, I'm here to help. I know. I took the day to do some self-care so I could be here and be present with all of you. I'm glad that you're here. So let's see what we got. So we'll start with Jennifer. You wanted to focus on focus and energy balance. You've been all over the place lately. Okay, cool. We got that. Jenna Rose, inner strength, courage, self-love, healthy relationships. I love all of that. Martha, we have healing for shoulder pain, better sleep, as well as intentions for guidance to reunite with your twin flame and the gift of healing. Absolutely. Intentions not feeling well, allergies or a cold, respiratory help, cardiovascular help, teeth and gums, financial stuff, and getting home. Absolutely. We've been working on that. I can't wait to hear some good news from you at some point. Good to see you, Emily. You're feeling Apache tears, Jennifer? I couldn't agree more. Absolutely. COVID, back, and love. Oh, Grace, I hope you're doing well. Garnet, hematite, pyrite, aventurine, smoky, rutilated. Rachel Abrams, hi. Nice to see you here. Welcome in. Crystal for trauma, trust, being open to love, and healing from narcissistic abuse. I can help with all of these things. I've actually already selected a couple of things on the crystal grid. Thank you all so much for the requests. You can keep them on coming. We're here to support it. Let's get right into it. So, mouse is being a little funky. All right, so here we go. This is the start of our crystal grid. Tree agate came out to me today. It super wanted to be in the center, and this is a very natural, in a sense, form of a heart. It was actually in a pile of rough, and it just so happened to come out as a heart, and so I've kept it as a heart, and I've kept it for us, and that's the center of our grid today. We've also got some copper, which, just like it helps move electricity, it helps move energy. We've been using that in all of our grids, and so I've got the start there. So yeah, let's dive right in. So we've got focus, energy, balance. Tree agate, by the way, helps with inner peace, but it calms the nerves in a big way, which we can totally use here in Philly. We have had quite the weekend. It also clears the chakras and the nadis, the energy meridians in the Ayurvedic system. It's a similar concept. It's not quite the same as meridians, but same concept. They're like the channels of light and energy through the body, so they can help clear that. It's also great for helping to release negative patterns, and I know a lot of us have been working on that. Helps to reconnect us with the energy of nature, and I feel like we could all use that. So let's dive into, yeah, we're off to a great start. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and focus, energy balance, and I did see trouble sleeping. So let's go ahead and start with some labradorite. Labradorite is one of those stones that can kind of help us to take all of the different stimulus and kind of ground it a little bit, bring it together, and kind of see clearly with a burst of just spontaneous intuition that really brings us in the right direction. It's also great for sleep disturbances, especially if those sleep disturbances are rooted in anything intuitive or psychic stuff or energy things. This can be a great stone for that. So let's go ahead and start with some labradorite and some good energy balance in general. I think I have some ideas. Inner strength, courage, self-love. Gotcha. We've got inner strength, courage, self-love, self-respect, and being able to get some self-confidence despite the input of others or the negative reinforcement of others, which brings us down to someone else had requested some support with healing from narcissistic abuse. So this can be good for both of those things. This is ruby. So this is what ruby looks like when it's not gem quality and it's either raw or tumbled here. Yeah. It's great for all of those managerial leadership qualities, but also having confidence in who you fundamentally are. Not just confidence that comes from just being confident, but confident in it's rooted in something. It's attached to who you are and being able to be clear on what your innate healing gifts are, what your innate leadership goals are. Susan, I've been thinking about you all week. Oh, I hope you're doing okay. Overwhelmed? Gotcha. I hope you're doing okay. It has been an overwhelming time. I'm sorry it has been for you too. So there's some ruby. Courage, especially to be who you are and to see who you are as somebody who's worth your opinion being worthwhile, especially if you've been thinking that it's not for some reason. Trauma, trust, being open to love, and I saw specifically apache tear. These black obsidian that I have here that I've been using quite a bit, these are actually apache tear. And so this is to support Jen's request and also trauma, trust, being open again. This is, like I said, apache tear. It's a type of black obsidian with the atrocities that were inflicted upon the Apache people. This was considered a grief stone for them, one that helped them through the genocide as they were marched off of their land. And so it's one that can help us process just deep, overwhelming grief. So yeah, we've got this. Additionally, black obsidian in general, it's good for so many things. It's definitely like trauma, whether it's physical trauma, emotional trauma, shocking trauma, grief. Also really great with pets. So we'll go ahead and we'll put some of that there too. So apache tear, which is a type of black obsidian, and shoulder pain, better sleep. Okay, surgery has been good. Okay, I'm glad to hear that you're healing up. Overwhelmed with the bug situation home. Oh, that's the worst. It really is awful. We'll bring you some love for that. especially for frustration and things like that. Digestion and back pain. This black obsidian, these apache tier, excellent for digestion as well. Let's see what else we have. Healing tension, COVID, back and love. Okay, let's do some celestite. Not only is it our go-to here for pain, it's also one that can help us connect to our angel guides. So kind of like, it can help us with the upper chakras in the way that we kind of get a little detached from our physical bodies in a way, but in a way that is overall healing and constructive. So this is celestite, very angelic. In fact, if it was allowed to sit correctly under the right circumstances for several more thousands of years, we've got angelite. So this actually is like on its way to being angelite. And sensory processing, auditory loathing of cars with wind. Oh, I hear you. I absolutely hear you. Yes, the songs of West Philly. I absolutely hear you. So let's go ahead and put this celestite here. Not only is it excellent for pain, it helps us to connect to our upper chakras, our angel guides, feeling like for those of us who are overwhelmed, overstimulated, this can help us connect to our higher guidance. There we go. So that's some celestite. For sensory processing, definitely labradorite, also tiger eye, but also chalcopyrite. Chalcopyrite is great for processing. Oh, hi Karen, good to see you. Processing just too much, like overwhelm, but especially like a lot of sound, a lot of sight, a lot of stimulus. And I think that's all of us. If we've been anywhere near any kind of news anywhere in the world, it's just like overwhelming. This can also be a great stone for anybody who struggles with any kind of ADHD type tendencies or executive function issues, whatever the cause might be. This can be great for that as well. Chalcopyrite is the stuff that looks like pyrite in here, and then there's clear quartz crystal right there in the center too. I'm going to put that with our heart in the center. And let's keep going here. Old wounds and traumas, healing for son's mind and body. Grounding, holding space for your clients. Gotcha. Definitely for healing traumas, we've got the Apache tier, which can help with that. But we also have the, you know what? I'm thinking of some good ones too. This one, tree agate, can be helpful for that. You're going to start piling chalcopyrite in your windows. Tiger eye and labradorite can also be helpful for that. Okay, cool. So let's see what else. COVID, love. Definitely need to be getting some. Yeah, it can be a little tricky to find sometimes, but hold out for it. You will find it. Let's see what else that I've missed so far. Teeth, gums, financial help, cardiovascular help. Let's do some fluorite for teeth and gums. For sure. This also helps with just calming, overall calming. This is fluorite, by the way. So yeah, helping with teeth and gums, fluorite, fluoride. cardiac health and healing tissue, because I know I've got 2 folks that are healing tissue in there, even though you haven't really mentioned it. Let's do some emerald. Yeah, we all needed a longer weekend. Yeah, we did. So yeah, we've got some emerald here. This is great at healing soft tissue and skin. So like healing from surgery where, you know, the skin was opened up can be really helpful there, but it's also great for cardiac health. So we'll bring that in. Okay, we'll do this. All right, let's see what else we've got. Celestite for the back pain, got digestion, garnet, hematite, pyrite. Gotcha. So we've got pyrite, which helps, you know, we've gotten the request for pyrite, but it can also be really helpful for the lungs. And I know we had a request for COVID healing. So here's pyrite. So we've got chalcopyrite and pyrite. Malachite, good call. Okay, let's see. So got that. We've got hematite to help us ground, help us clear energy out of our bodies. This one is something that I like to use along with tree agate. It's another one for like helping clear channels, like specifically more along the lines of blood and blood vessels. So this in a way can kind of support cardiac health too, but it's also deeply grounding because it's just so heavy. And also I feel like it really helps protect, as it kind of, the polished ones anyway, help reflect negative energy. I love seeing the silver, like the gunmetal kind of gleam next to the pyrite. Actually, I think, like, second thought. Yeah, no, I was right the first time. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It does feel needed. We've got howlite. I know someone mentioned feeling like a sense of frustration, or at least I felt it maybe. Hi, it's good to see you, Heart. Disconnecting from the energy of others, absolutely. Honey, calcite, and carnelian. Yeah, absolutely for both. Carnelian's always a good one. Honey, calcite, we've got those both. Howlite, I know, is good for when we feel kind of stuck, when we need help either with forgiveness and issuing forgiveness, or just frustration when we feel stuck, anger, resentment, all of those different things. this can help to bring about that peace. Let's see. It's also really great for where we were saying with ruby, where we're letting go of the opinions others had that they kind of threw in our direction, like the narcissistic abuse type thing. Yeah. Howlite can help with that too. It helps us with self-discernment so that we can see ourselves a little bit more accurately, so that we can start to see what's going on there. Yeah, there's so many options that could work. So many options that can work, and like, let's keep going with it, right? So we've also got garnet by request. It's good for all of the, like, it's definitely good for the things we talked about, chalcopyrite. It's good for organizing, executive function. It's also good to go alongside ruby with leadership and courage to follow your path. It can also help with all of the Capricorn type things, so just being grounded in general. So this can also help us with coming up with a plan forward, in that bringing that courage forward, making that plan for us based on us and our needs, not necessarily others. And then that'll bring us into the honey calcite. So we've got garnet, honey calcite is one of the, it helps to balance the solar plexus and sacral chakras, and also all of the different concepts that are attached to those. So honey calcite, basically the solar plexus, everything that's kind of combined with that has to do with who we are. Who am I? Where do I start and where do others end? Where do others start and I end? What's my will and my willpower and standing up for me versus everyone else's will, which can go with the narcissistic abuse and go with us deciding how do we want to engage with community and with other people, and how do we want to assert our own needs, and bringing that into balance, whatever that looks like for us. So here's honey calcite. Calcite can also be kind of good for teeth too. So also supporting that. And this can be great for like finding inner peace as well, because a lot of times it's, where are my obligations? What are my obligations to myself? And sometimes that lack of inner peace can come from that. Oh, thank you. They're made by my friend Janie. The rings, anyway. Let's see. Honey calcite, carnelian, and honey calcite do work really well together. Carnelian helps with relationships, how we relate to others, sexuality, and a lot of our creativity, getting along with people, and especially if we're using this to help us balance out what's mine, what's yours, how do I show up in relation to that. Carnelian helps us to navigate that with others. So if you're renegotiating your boundaries, or if you're trying to like negotiate separating energy from others, carnelian can be helpful, as can honey calcite. Carnelian. Yeah, carnelian is one I often give to folks if they're having difficulty in their workplace or anything like that, like with other people. Ooh. Let me make sure I haven't forgotten any. Oh, malachite. Malachite helps us to move through change with grace, especially change that is hard on us emotionally. While making plenty of time for self-love and self-care. Absolutely. Let's see. Rhodochrosite is your go-to for trauma stuff. We can bring some of that in. Rhodochrosite is also great for parent-child balance and parent-child healing, which I know, Karen, you had brought up. So yeah, let's bring some of this in. Where do we want to squeeze you in? Okay, and then I'll add one more after this. And I think that future someone had one more. Smoky rutilated, you got it. Oh, and aventurine, which would be really helpful. Aventurine helps us with self-confidence. Who am I? It's more like when we've been kind of browbeaten for a while, or we just think less of ourselves. This gives us a chance on like a new way of seeing ourselves and our potential and what we can bring and provide and even do. So this is great for those of us who are going into a transition time, which a lot of us are. I mean, we're coming out of like we're in the later stages of a pandemic. We're starting to see, you know, what do I really want to do now that things are getting a little bit more solid, but also wherever we happen to be in life, it's always great to see what's the best potential outcome. This helps see us as being greater than we realize. So when we've been a little self-deprecating, this can be helpful. Self-confidence in the best way. Self-confidence and encouragement. And the smoky rutilated. So rutilated quartz is like an all-purpose, use it for everything kind of stone. Smoky quartz is especially good for protection, grounding. It's a great trauma stone as well. It's great for energy boundaries and like separating our energy from others, as well as is pyrite, as is the honey calcite. But rutilated smoky quartz is particularly good for sending the healing exactly where it needs to go, helping us to balance mind and body, as well as to feel a little bit more energized, but in a very balanced way, not just like a burst or like a kick in the pants, but more like, okay, I've got more physical, vital energy going. So this is a great stone for all of those things. It will definitely point us in the direction of exactly where that healing needs to go. So if we're at loose ends or overwhelmed, it's a great stone for that too. But it's just an all-purpose stone. So I'm going to put one at each end of our grid. And these points are carved and they help kind of direct the energy up. Hey, Tales from the Script, good to see you too. So now we're going to go to that part of the community distance healing where I pick a couple of stones, probably the stones that might go here, and you all will vote on which is the kind of final stone. And we never know how it ever ends, but while you all are voting, I will quickly describe what Reiki is to anyone who's not aware of what it is or how it works, and then we'll go into the healing. So let me pick two stones. You all go ahead and chat amongst yourselves. Okay, so I've got our contenders. Okay, so one is blue calcite, one that we're familiar with, but just a bigger piece than I usually tend to bring in. Blue calcite is sort of an emotional shock, balancing our communication center, being able to kind of reflect in and hear ourselves, express our real needs. And when we just have like kind of an overwhelming sense of, oh my God, what's going on? And we kind of can't see the forest for the trees or can't make heads or tails of exactly what's happening. This helps us to kind of come in and start that healing. Start that like, okay, deep breath. Okay, I can take it in and I can start to heal rather than just feel like I'm in overdrive. And the other is mahogany obsidian. This can help us where we feel like when we feel like we're not good enough, and so we feel like just totally stuck and shut down. It's like, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, whether we've internalized that or otherwise. Kind of like healing from that and being okay with moving forward, even if we're not totally perfect, totally sure, have all of the, T's crossed and I's dotted. This mahogany obsidian will really help us to feel grounded in saying, you know what, it's okay if I learn by doing, if I adjust along the way. I know that this journey will be, it's a journey of a lot of steps. Let me take the first few and I trust myself to figure it out as I go. So there's that. So this is mahogany obsidian. We have ruby. We have ruby already. So we've got ruby. You're drawn to the stone that looks like a blue. Okay, so you all talk amongst yourself. Go ahead and vote. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the stream. Click that like button because it really helps the algorithm to send people my way. And thank you so much for being here. I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is while you all do that. You didn't hear the choices? Okay. Okay, you got it. Yeah, we've got blue calcite, really good for stress, emotional overwhelm, being able to kind of start to heal when we're just completely at wit's end. And mahogany obsidian, which is kind of like the paralyzing perfectionism. We feel like we're not good enough, we're not perfect, we don't have all the stuff together and lined up, so we can't move forward and we feel kind of stuck. That can help us say, I trust myself to like take the first few steps and figure the next out as I go. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly explain what Reiki is. So thanks again for being here. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and you can learn all about my online Reiki classes, all of my social media, my crystal shop, and my community Discord, all in the description below, along with the days and times that I'm usually live. And thank you so much for being here. The type of Reiki that I have my training in, well, I have several trainings, but the type that I mostly focus in is Usui Reiki. And this particular method of working with this energy is based in the Japanese tradition, and that's where it comes from. I feel that everyone has access to Reiki energy. It's all around us, it's flowing through us. We don't need someone to explain to us how to work with it. We probably just feel it all the time, even though culturally we may not be aware of it. And in fact, in Japan, everyone works with this energy. It's seen as just ubiquitous. It's all around us. When I say energy, though, we have our own energy. Other people, other things have their own. But within and between and connecting all of those seemingly disparate things would be many energy frequencies, we can kind of call them. And Reiki translates to the spiritually guided life force energy. And so this is an energy that, like I said, it's flowing through everyone and everything right now. It connects me to you, you to everyone and everything around you. And whether you're watching this in the past or you're here live, we're all connected through this energy. This energy doesn't really have a whole lot of, it doesn't really have a lot of plans for exactly how to do all the things. Its one intention is to support the greatest healing good of whatever is going on with you and everyone else. And much like we're mostly made of water and don't really think of it, this energy as it flows through all of us, our body, mind, and spirit know exactly what to do with it. We're made of it, it's flowing through us, it's there all the time. Essentially, what I'll be doing is connecting to this energy and directing more of it to you. Your body, mind, and soul will bring it into you and help make the best use of it without any like conscious focus on the matter. Much like when we drink water, which we do all day long, we don't have to consciously think about what it does in our body, even though it does so many things. Same with Reiki. You can set any healing intentions you want, even if you're not here live, just bring it to mind and let it go. Or you can just see how the Reiki feels. You may lay down, sit up, whatever feels physically comfortable to you. And just notice whatever comes up. You might feel sensations in your body. Your mind may tend to wander. You might get some really feeling like cathartic type thinking done. You may have some feelings come up. Whatever happens to be your experience, I would say just sort of notice it. If you feel like your mind is racing or you get distracted, you can always take a deep breath. But if the same kind of concepts keep coming up, it's probably some internal guidance or even some intuition. At the end of our session, I'll invite you back into your body by telling you to take a deep breath in and out. And after a few moments to kind of come back, I'll open up the chat once again for you to ask any questions that you have, for you to share any experiences that you might have. If you're watching this later, or if you think of that question later, go ahead and use the chat or reach out to me through the social media connections in the description. And thanks again so much for being here. You don't have to have a very specific idea of what Reiki is or what you'd like it to do. You can simply just be. If you feel like you're going to fall asleep, great. Awesome. Sounds like Reiki to me. So I will turn the music up and turn the lights down. While the lights will gently flow through several different colors, at no point will they flash or strobe, so you're good there. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you back again soon. And let's go ahead and check out everybody in the chat. What did we decide on? Do we have a surprise? Not a surprise. Well, blue calcite, both, blue calcite, both. It's almost always both, everybody. For if you've never been here before, it's almost always both. So we'll put the blue calcite here. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, and the nice heart right there. And we'll take the mahogany obsidian, and I have a little buddy for it. The mahogany obsidian can be right here. So we got to a little bit of a late start, which is totally okay. This is a beautiful grid. It's totally packed with lots of love and intention. Thank you all so much for helping put it together. Every part of this grid is due to all of you. And thank you for all of the love and support that you're all sharing in the chat. I love to see this. So go ahead, relax. I will keep sending until after 9 o'clock. So it's basically like 20 of right now. And we'll probably go to like 5 to 10 after. I'll kind of feel it out. If you have to hop off early, much love from Philadelphia. I hope to see you again soon. I'll be back Wednesday at 4 p.m. like usual. Unless I feel a strong reason to pop back on and just randomly jump on and send some Reiki, then I'll do that too. But I'm grateful you're here, and I hope that you have a beautiful session. I'm going to set the lights and everything, and I will see you all in a little less than half an hour. invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. And slowly allow yourself to come back. Take your time and be gentle with yourself. Thank you so much for sharing this healing time with me. It's an honor to have you here and to share Reiki with all of you. And if you have any questions or anything you'd like to share, go ahead and use the chat. I'd be more than happy to help you with that. You're so welcome, Grace. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a good week. You're so welcome, Jen. Yeah, I'm glad it was, Jen. Believe me, I needed it too. You're so welcome, Karen, and thank you for all the support. Yes, you're so welcome, Heart, and yes, peace to Philadelphia. Absolutely. Definitely need it. Thank you all so much for being with me this evening. It felt good to be of service when there's so much going on. And it feels like there's very little, if anything, we can do. It's really a blessing to be able to be of service. Thank you for all the positive feedback. I'm good. Thank you, Martha. I appreciate that. Yeah, come back anytime. We're here. Same days and times every week. Remember to go ahead and you can subscribe to the channel and you can use notifications to help you stay reminded of when I go live if you'd like. But if that's not for you, I also have an email newsletter you can sign up for. You can follow us on Instagram, whatever works. Whatever works for you. Thank you for being here. And yeah, Heart, I'm okay. Yeah, everything happened like right where I used to live, years ago. So it was like a little bit close to home, but I feel a lot better now. I just did some grounding things all day so I could be prepared for now, and being able to be of service is grounding and helpful. Thank you all very, very much. I hope you all have a great day. Reminder that Mercury went out of retrograde on Friday. Saturn went into retrograde on Saturday. That's not as chaotic by any means as Mercury retrograde. In fact, 4 months out of every year is spent in a Saturn retrograde, but it's a chance for all of us to kind of reflect on what things are not working and make some changes. Yeah, I am. And yesterday was a great day in my neighborhood. We had Porch Fest, where we have these beautiful Victorian homes with these incredible wraparound porches, and everybody goes outside on their porches and just plays music all day. You can walk around and just listen to amazing music. So during the day was actually quite nice. Thank you so much, future someone. You have a great night too. I'll see everybody on, so remember, Wednesdays at 4 p.m., Thursdays at 8 a.m., Fridays at 4 and 8 p.m., and Sundays at 8 p.m. And thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege. My next Reiki 1 class starts next weekend. It's both days of the weekend, and there's just a couple of seats left. There's information in the description if you want to join. And then there's other classes enrolling later this summer as well. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Again, I wanted to just thank you for being here. You can always rewatch a previous stream by looking at past streams. The thumbnail always has a picture of the crystal grid, and I always type out the name of the crystals in the description. So if you are looking for them locally, or if you want to be reminded what it was called, you can go ahead and look it up. And I often will rewatch these when I need a little bit of healing, so believe me, they absolutely do work. Even if you just need a little healing at a random time of day or night, find a past episode where the crystal grid looks particularly appealing and just go ahead and start watching. And oh, thank you so much. Vincent, thank you so much too, and Martha as well. You take care. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you all next week. Take care. Thanks again, and bye for now.